Good morning, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am David Okon. I am talking today about YouTube, the platform we are all familiar with accessing in millions, billions, and many more, accessing the space. And whether you are a creative person, technician, an adventurer, if you love food, if you don't love food, if you are a gardener, a sports person, culture, creativity of all sorts, and YouTube, to look at how it works and to think about creators and about cultural issues and trendings. And you're looking at blogs as well. This is YouTube platform. Thank you so much. And we're looking at to think about YouTube. We have talked about this before, and we are carrying on with the process. And this is a platform to give voices to everyone wherever possible, and also take the people of the world around the world. Is in my opinion, this is consistent with globalization. And if you have a story, and if you have a voice, if you deserve to be listened to, if you desire to improve the world, and sharing stories and building communities through stories as well. So YouTube is very unique in the way it operates, and we are going to look at the way YouTube functions, such managing harmful content. We have spoken about this before. So harmful content, the content which are harming the manage harmful content, starting up for it, and protecting the community from hate and harassment. We spoke about this. This is a part of YouTube commitment. Fighting misinformation, YouTube control misinformation, combat misinformation, strong word there, and also cutting extremist, curbing extremist content, how it prevents radicalization, supporting political integrity, support civic engagement and electoral integrity, partnering with researchers, and how they do that, to partner with researchers, preventing bias. What it does to prevent bias, and use the youth principle, which is actually a core to the YouTube operation. YouTubers project and previously working for children and teenagers, fostering youth safety, and how they do this to help keep children safe, and also protecting them on the platform, and protecting user data, and you talk about maintaining user privacy, and safeguarding copyright, and also protecting copyright content, sharing revenues, and how YouTube make money, promoting digital well-being, supporting users' digital well-being, responsible AI, artificial intelligence, responsible approaches, including involving generative AI. Thank you so much. Stay tuned, continue watching, and these are commitments of YouTube platform. And if you watch the rest of the video, I've been looking at this briefly as a prelude to trying to understand what YouTube channel is all about. So they are trying to make YouTube safer, and also they can remove content which violates policies, reduce spread of harmful misinformation, and also borderline material raising up authoritative sources of news and information and rewarding creators in their desire to manage harmful content, curbing extremist content, fostering youth safety, and also in terms of safety and security, protecting user data, copyright, and digital well-being. These are some of the things we have been looking at how YouTube manage them in terms of also safety. You talk about preventing bias, fighting misinformation, standing up to aid, and supporting political integrity, sharing revenues. These are fundamentals in relation to YouTube commitment. We talk about products and policies, and also meaning YouTube aiming to provide the best possible experience, and also while using YouTube, but also within managing their product, they help people find what they're looking for, and also to control what they can see. Also policies to explain policies being explained in terms of what you can and cannot do on YouTube, and this is something we have been speaking about, and so everyone is expected to play by the same rule. So you can actually look further to try and find out more about what YouTube does and what it doesn't. So this is their commitment. We talked about also product features, which is YouTube search and tools to help find what people are actually looking for, recommended videos, which is providing context in relation to our search, what our people behave in terms of search results, and to help them find what they really want to watch, news and information, and also providing context for how people behave, search results and videos. So health information, also context for health queries, monetization for creators, how creators can earn money on YouTube, which is something we all like, and we're also looking for YouTube Live, and how you can reach your community in real time with live and premieres, and also thank you so much. Basically, this is the outlook of the product. Let's take a look. We are also looking at user setting with privacy controls to protect information, and also to do to control privacy, provide control for privacy, advertising settings, and also how it works and how to customize your experience, and parental controls to create family-friendly experience, or to play out, or to play works, and how to turn it off. So we can also see about rules and policies, policy reviews, and how the rules and policy help keep the platform safe. You talk about safety, community guidelines, and also what to do and what not to do on the platform, and copyright, creators' responsibility to manage their content, monetization policy, how YouTube make money on, and also within the partnership program, legal removals, compliance with local laws, and how people can be removed, the ones who violate these rules. And stay tuned, continue watching. We talk about progress and impact in terms of managing harmful content, how they do that, their policies on harmful content, by the numbers in terms of statistics, their quantitative facilities, and also how the impact in one way or the other, entrepreneurship, creative entrepreneurs, transformation, how they are transforming their lives, and also the lives of the community. Stay tuned, continue watching. Thank you so much. So let us look at YouTube commitment in fair details. Now, if you watch this far, stop along to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and also to support it. Click like, click notification bell, leave a comment below, and when you watch it, share with family and friends. This is the best way to support our content creators. Thank you so much. And so let us look in fair details YouTube's commitment, how to manage harmful content. And it is about videos, and it is an open video platform. That is what YouTube is. YouTube is an open platform, video platform, where anyone can upload a video and share it with the world. This is a very good thing. With this openness comes incredible opportunities, and also challenges, as you may well know, now, which is why we are always looking to balance creative expressions with their they're doing so with their responsibility to protect the community from harmful content. So you have the current and the stake systems, and normally with the rules and compliance. If you learn the rules and comply with it, that is how you get your freedom. Otherwise, failure to understand the do's and don'ts of any system will lead to hampering your freedom, and it could also, the law can turn into a type of tyranny, with the result that some people can be removed altogether from the platform, whether you're a user, whether you're a content creator, or somebody who is a researcher, giving information, or even, I don't know, if you work for YouTube as well. Because if you access to participate on the platform, there are always rules, and understanding how these rules operate is central to how the platform also operates. This is something I've been repeating and going forward, and will be doing so. So at the heart of their approach, they remove content which violates policy as quickly as possible, and the reduce the spread of harmful misinformation and content which brushes up against their policy lines, raise authoritative sources of when people are looking for news information, and reward trusted eligible creators and artists. So this is how YouTube look like. Leave a comment below, let me know what you think. We talk about removal, and their commitment is to responsibility start with the community guideline. Community guideline is extremely important if you are going to use YouTube effectively. Try to be some type of somebody. You need to build fluency in relation to the community guidelines. So these policies are designed to ensure the community safety and also the protection needed there, and also allowing and not allowing certain things on the YouTube platform, and also applying all types of which also applies to all types of content on the platform, including videos, comments, likes, links, and thumbnails. These are some of the things to look for. So policies over areas such as hate crime, harassment, child safety, violence, extremism, and others. This is about removal talk about removal. Each of the policies is developed in partnership with a wide range of external industry and policy experts, as well as YouTube creators, and the systematized review of policy to make sure that the material are current. So to make sure these material are actually up to date. So examples including major updates of hate speech and harassment policies of 2019, the rollout of the 2022 policy to address harmful conspiracy theory content, the COVID-19 medical misinformation policy, which has evolved throughout the course of the pandemic. So you have these details. So these are removed for violations and done so as quickly as possible. Also, this is done in combination of people and machine learning to detect potentially problematic content on a massive scale. In addition, there is a reliance of YouTube community as well as experts on the Trusted Flagger program STs to help spot potentially problematic content by reporting it directly to YouTube facilities. Also, there is a functioning or to make sure that content which violates policies is in wide review. So there's preventing of violating policies or totally or partially before they are removed. They will always be removed automatic. There is something called automated flagging system helping to detect and review content even before it is seen by the community. Some of these are some of the information found on their website, which you can access to learn what they are talking about. Learning is the order of modern society. So contents are identified and once these contents are identified, human content reviewers evaluate whether it is violative, and if it does, it is removed, and then the content is removed, and it's also used to train the machines for better. The more they discover harmful content, these are used to train machines to do better, to learn more. You talk about artificial intelligence, perhaps also, and also reviewers, content reviewers also protect the content that has clear educational, documentary, and scientific or scientific artistic purpose. So we'll talk about hits, and there is a type of protection of certain types of materials, which I think are tolerated more than others. So you're looking at other resources. When you want to learn some more, you can refer yourself to YouTube. So let us look at reduction. So how the YouTube reduce spread of harmful misinformation and borderline content. As such, this is some of the key information. So there are rules set which can be complied with in relation to our content posted, and also how it is managed. And so they are violating content, and also the one brushing up against policies, borderline ones, and also there are but he said borderline content is not really very bad, but just think about violation, think about compliance, and think about keeping an eye really. So, and these are some of the details here I'm looking at, and statistics. So so they are making changes to how the rules is being managed in terms of different categories of the information they are looking for, and the what they are looking for, and also the making the assessment and all the other activities they are doing, and this is about reduction as a policy, and they use certain softwares and things like algorithmic changes taking time to process, and also looking at borderline content generally, and this is something you can come here and read, which is now the detailing along these that you have raising authoritative content, and the telltale signs they look for, and such as relevance and popularity, and also determining which videos you typically see in YouTube search and recommendation. So you're also looking at topics such as news, politics, medical, scientific information, in such some things like such as no substitute for authoritative. I mean to say, these are just some of the details which you can actually access the space and look at it yourself, and looking for recommended videos or authoritative voices for news, what the events and topics are prone to misinformation. So you're looking at all these, so breaking news and all these details. You can look at context and when context is critical when evaluating information. So all these details, you can go on to YouTube platform and look for it, because we have actually kind of like looked at it. This is trusted creators and artists, and being accepted into the YouTube partnership program. So to talk about YouTube partner YPP is a major milestone in the creator's journey. So this is a very important aspect. So if you are interested, you can look for more on this. So when you talk about reward, you talk about partnership program, and also you talk about things like spammer, impersonation, offenders who cannot hurt the ecosystem, and so on and so forth. So you talk about also looking at quality, and also the process of applying for YYP partnership program. You look at channels, and you look about looking at eligibility threshold, and also watch time, looking at subscribers, and all these are information you can find here. You talk about review teams, ensuring that all the channels that meet eligibility threshold follow all the guidelines are admitted to the program, which is something you can find out on YouTube. And also you talk about access and monetization product. All these things are written here. You can actually access it. So you talk about advertising, advertiser-friendly content. You talk about guidelines. Limited or no heights, and all the guidelines associated with these creators channel, YPP. You talk about behaviors, repeated violation, and YouTube monetization policy. All these things you can look for. You talk about responsibility of YouTube, which they focus on seeing through different perspective. So you talk about users and business perspective. You look at this material and they are there. These are rewards, and all the other resources you need are found on this space. Stay tuned, continue watching. Still talking about YouTube commitments, we talked about managing harmful content. Now we can talk about standing up to hate crime, which is part of YouTube commitments. Looking at hate crime, which is part of YouTube commitment, how YouTube protects community from hate and harassment, and there are policies in consultation with creators who shared their perspectives, as well as expert organizations that study online bullying and the spread of hateful ideas online. They have also met with policy organizations from all sides of the political spectrum. There is no place for hate, they say, hate speech and hateful harassment on YouTube, and they quickly remove content which violates these policies. This is a repetition, but to go in fair detail in terms of hate versus you're looking at hatred and harassment, which is fairly common in pieces of information, which if you are a YouTuber or somebody who use the facility, you are actually doing well to kind of deal with hate speech and harassment. So this policy include common forms of online hate. Talk about broadly. So the policy to protect specific groups and members of those groups. These violating content are removed by policy. Consideration of content are given to content as being of hate speech types when there is incitement to hatred or violence against groups based on protected attributes such as age, gender, race, caste, religion, sexual orientation, or veteran status. This policy also includes common forms of online hate, such as dehumanizing members of this group, characterizing them as inherently inferior or ill, promoting hateful ideology like Nazism, promoting conspiracy theories about these groups, or denying that well-documented violent events took place, like a school shooting. These are some of the examples they are giving to try and guide people who use the materials here, and also to support people using accessing YouTube. There are also videos you can actually look at how YouTube protects community from hate speech. These are videos you can how YouTube protect from hate speech. You can access the website and watch. So you're looking at a YouTube executive from Trust and Safety Team explaining how they are protecting the community from hate speeches. So the RNS policy protects identifiable individuals and so content violating policies are removed when harassment are actually occurring which violate policy which protects identifiable individuals, and also consideration is given to content and which are actually violating and deemed as being content which which are actually harassing when it targets an individual with prolonged or malicious insults based on intrinsic attributes, including their protected group status or physical strength. This policy also includes harmful behavior such as deliberately insulting or shaming minors, threats, bullying, doxing, or encouraging abusive fan behavior. So there is a sensitivity production in terms of protected characteristics being in need of protection on this platform. Little problem below, let me know. So there is another video to show how YouTube protects the community from harassment. We talk about harassment if you know anything about harassment. So these are we talk about hate and harassment. So let's look also at harmful conspiracy theories. Talk about conspiracy theories which are harmful, and also this operates as part of hate and harassment policies. And within prohibition, also things looking at content which targets an individual or group with conspiracy theories that have been used to justify real-world violence. One example would be content which threatens or harasses someone by suggesting that they are complicit in one of these harmful conspiracies, such as QAnon or Pizzagate. These are some specific examples. Always context matters, so news coverage on these issues or content discussing them without targeting individuals or protected groups may stay up due to the evolving nature and shifting tactics of groups promoting these conspiracy theories. We will continue to adapt our policies to stay current and remain committed to taking the steps needed to live up to these responsibilities. This is what YouTube is saying. So they are looking at harmful conspiracy theories which are extremely important to them, also for people who are participants generally, but especially users, content creators, and all the rest of the people using this. So we'll talk about enforcing policy. So when you talk about hate crime and harassment policies, you talk about enforcement of this. How they enforces hate speech and harassment are complex, needless to say, complex policy areas it will force at scale. Execution require nuanced understanding of local languages and context to help us consistently enforce our policies. We have review teams with linguistic and subject matter expertise. Also, this is YouTube speaking. We also deploy machines learning to proactively detect potentially harmful content to send for human review. So human and machine work interchangeably. We already mentioned this in the opening of our materials of our presentation. We have actually now going into some of the specifics as YouTube to form a view, so you can actually come here and look at this material yourself. So we remove tens of thousands of videos. So these are some of the information and channels each quarter. So you talk about removal and violation of policies, and for channels, repeat offenders, and in every type of every type of violation, whether repeatedly brush up against policy, a tendency to violation. So they take severe action, including removing them from the YouTube partnership program. There is something called demonetization. If you're a content creator, it's quite common. So there is also so many other things which we, if you are a content creator, so talk about preventing the channel from monetization, also issuing strikes, which is content removal or termination of as channel altogether. So you talk about being removed altogether from the YouTube system, and what they haven't said so far, whether if you're removed you can be taken brought back. That's something you can ask YouTube, or maybe you can wait until they talk about it, because if you are removed, if you are actually struck, if your content is removed, you can be taken, you can be maybe banned for a few months, and then you are brought back. You are allowed to continue working. There are some offenses which are very serious. YouTube doesn't go through this procedure, but he can terminate your channel immediately. Termination is another word of death, killing your channel. Your channel is going to be killed. So like your channel is going to die. If your livelihood is associated with the YouTube channel, then your livelihood will also be killed by YouTube. If your welfare, if your life can also die. I don't expect people to die because of that, but your welfare can suffer, can also be removed. So you have to be very careful if you depend on YouTube, if you work at YouTube or any of this. This rule is on YouTube platform, but also if you look at different organizations these days, these are generally applying, but this is specifically for YouTube as a media outlet, as YouTube itself as an entity. So stay tuned, continue watching. You have to pay attention. As always, rules will always be rules, because if you don't learn the rules and comply with the rules, then you are going to limit your freedom to speak, your capacity to tell your stories, your ability to walk around the world with YouTube. So nothing is given for nothing. There is always the carrot, which is what you benefit you get when you do the right thing. If you do the wrong thing, you're punished. That is how life is. So stay tuned, continue watching, leave a comment below, let me know your thoughts about this situation. This is what YouTube's commitment looks like in terms of their implementation of some of the things they care about, the things the law care about, the law of the land, because these policies are consistent with national policies in the United Kingdom or in America, in respective countries. If you look at the global system, you find that most of these, because YouTube operates globally anyway, there are maybe some variation, but there is always a problem, because this is a system which understands culture in relation to maybe America, US or Europe. But if you are, say, you are from Africa or Asia, sometimes there are cultural situations where you may not really be meaning something. So you have to be careful if you are foreign to America. Your sense of joke, your sense of humor may be misread by machine, especially with the growth of artificial intelligence. This may prove to be more problematic than what we now have. So let us look at objective enforcement. We'll talk about proportionality and looking at how it affects political voices that YouTube disagrees with. So you're questioning whether these are objective or subjective. We talk about proportionality, we talk about political viewpoints, voices conflicting with what YouTube might agree with. I don't know what YouTube politics look like, but we will find out when developing and refreshing policies. YouTube makes sure that they hear from a range of different voices, including creators, subject areas, experts, free speech proponents, and policy organizations from all sides of the political spectrum. Once policies are being developed, investments are significantly made on time in making sure that newly developed policies are consistently enforced by the global team of reviewers. Talk about global teams of reviewers. Reviewers are really there. So there are objective guidelines are there also. So it is regardless who is posting the content, these are considered. So this is their best to do, and trying to understand the world. And you can leave a comment below, let me know what you think, how these policies work in practice. And they have also created a platform for authentic voices that empowers diverse communities of creators to engage in rigorous exchange of ideas. So we talk about freedom of ideas, freedom of expression versus rules. We talk about rules and compliance and the freedom of speech and the capacity for people to still express their opinions. But this is a maze of complexity, and let me know what you think. So looking at also policy exceptions, for every rule there are always exceptions. So these are exceptions to the rule. So there are any there might be exceptions to enforcing the hate speech policy. Talk about the hate speech policy, which is a very sensitive topic. So so you talk about freedom of expression, which is a function of a central functionality of YouTubing, YouTube platform. So they allow it. They do not allow hate speech necessarily. They can also make exception to the rules for videos which have a clear educational, documentary, scientific, or artistic purposes. So these are some of the exceptions. So if you are making educational materials, if you are making a documentary material, scientific or artistic materials, then you may be excused exceptionally. So these would exclude, for example, a documentary about a hate group. While the documentary may contain hate speech, YouTube may allow the documentary if the intent is evident in the content. The content does not promote hate speech, and viewers are provided sufficient context to understand what is being documented and why. This, however, is not a free pass to promote hate speech, and you can plug it. As always, for reviewability, you can do these things. And also, if you believe you have seen content which violates policy on hate speeches. So these are some of the situations available. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil kind of situation, and also trying to win your capacity to be free. But freedom always, in my opinion, is consistent with your capacity to comply. And if you do not comply with rules, it means you probably didn't learn the rules effectively to understand what is available, what is involved, or you blatantly violate it anyway, even if you know what it means. It's unlikely people will understand these things. They are complex. So if you have money, you can pay a consultant to try to explain these rules for you to get really any real freedom. Otherwise, you are not going to be very free to do whatever you like, compared to somebody with money to buy experts in order to participate. So I see the future when YouTube begin to put more resources in implementing these policies, that people without money will not be able to operate, because they will not have the ability to know the policies. I mean, you don't need to be clever or stupid, because these things are complex. You need experts to understand this type of policy. You need specialists. You need consultants. So you need to have money. So the future, in maybe 5 years, not 5, let's say 10, 20 to 50 years, more people will be removed from YouTube because of rules, which is a natural occurrence, not just on YouTube but everywhere. You go in society, you will find these situations, because where there are laws, you need to have money. Where there are policies, you need to have money to pay consultants. And if you want to participate, you should train yourself to be an expert on YouTube information on policy and on the laws to survive on this platform. What I would say, enjoy YouTube while it lasts, because there will come a time when YouTube, even if they don't actually add more to what they already have, what they already have will be enough to prevent almost everybody from using YouTube, unless you have money to pay experts to interpret or to manage or to challenge YouTube if they probably remove you, go to court. So this is important. Use YouTube while you can, but most importantly, you need to really learn this information as much as you can, so that while it lasts, you also comply, because they are now, people are being removed now, and they don't know why they were removed, and you can understand how complicated these policies are. Stay tuned and continue watching. Thank you so much. we are still looking at YouTube's commitment. We're looking at implementation of some of the policies. We're looking at the elements of hate crime, repeated harassment. Let's talk about if you're a repeat offender. YouTube will be in a position to address. Videos will be removed. Violating videos will be removed for violation of harassment policy, and there is also recognition of that harassment sometimes occurs through a pattern of repeated behavior across multiple videos or comments. So if you have actually posted many videos and there is a pattern thing that violation have occurred on multiple occasions, which are repeated, and these videos or comments, even when individual videos may not cross up the policy lines, channels that repeatedly brush up against policies on harassment will be suspended from the YouTube Partnership Program YPP, eliminating their ability to make money on YouTube, to ensure that trusted creators are rewarded other than all the bad ones. So channels such as those also receive strikes, which could lead to content removal, or also accounts can be suspended. These are radical policies which I would like to say may going forward people may not be able to do anything on the YouTube. And this is also, if you are a small YouTuber and also a small participant, you are always the victim. But this is nothing to do with this is not YouTube specific, but this is the kind of environment you find everywhere you go. With institutions, with organizations, you always find these situations there. So you being aware of what is being said, what is sensitive, what is not allowed, and understanding what is not allowed and what is allowed. If you know what is to be allowed, what is allowed, you benefit from the rules. But if you don't know your rights, what you are allowed to do, you lose out also. And if you know what not to do, you protect yourself from the wrath of the rules. This is YouTube, and also elsewhere. It's a way of life. So this is an opportunity. I hope for this video. I am actually learning this information, but I also thought to produce a video in the process to try and explain what they are talking about. And leave a comment below if you think what I'm explaining is accurate or makes sense. It's a work in progress. This is what I've chosen to do. You can leave a comment if it is helping. But my intention for recording this material and trying to explain the policy is to help people to realize what this information is about, because some people may not have even taken time to read what is written on the YouTube platform, and these things are here, but there is a high chance that people just so there are content creators now, especially content creators, who may be offending all sorts of rules unknowingly, oblivious, thinking they're just doing the right thing. One day to wake up and find total chaos because if you are, especially if you're a big channel with thousands of videos, and you discover that maybe 80% of your videos have been violating rules. There's so many different rules, and so hopefully this material can help in one way or the other to kind of support in helping people to understand the idea of compliance. Because if you understand the policy, you're rewarded, If you don't understand the policy, you are not rewarded, but you may also be punished directly, let alone reward, because if you know what you are allowed to do, you are more confident and you get rewarded. So knowledge is really important of these rules and of this information, and this guideline is there. They can also be inspirational because YouTube is a great opportunity. Like most things in life, regardless what they are there to help in different ways. Free speech, finding a voice, entertainment, and all that things. You can get it here, but you can also throw it away because you are violating the rules. So let us look at creator tools. So creator tools in fair detail perhaps. So what availabilities are there for creators to protect themselves and shape the tone of conversation on their channel? So talk about protection is just preempting what I have been trying to say. So the goal of YouTube YouTube policy and systems is to minimize the burden placed on creators to protect themselves from hate and harassment. Also build tools to help them manage their experience, summarized below. So YouTube actually provides creators with moderation tools for comments, so that they can shape the tone of the conversation on their channels. YouTube holds potentially inappropriate comments for review, so that creators can best decide what is appropriate for their audience. YouTube also have other tools that empower creators to block certain words in comments, or block certain individuals from commenting, or assigning moderation privileges to other people so that they can more efficiently monitor comments on the channels. So to encourage respectful conversation on YouTube, YouTube also have a feature that will warn users if their comment might seem offensive to others, giving them the option to reflect and edit before posting. This is important. It's a case of reading through it, because this is available to try to understand and also remember them, and visit it maybe once a month for your own benefit. Finally, YouTube lists resources to help creators to feel safe on YouTube. YouTube know that there is a lot more work to be done, and they are committed to moving this work forward. And thank you so much for attending this program today, and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't subscribed, and click notification bell, click like, and leave a comment, and watching this video, share it family and friends. This is the best way, some of the best ways to support content creators like myself. And the subscription is free, everything is free. Watching may cost time and money. Accessing the channel may cost something, but probably won't cost very much. If you are there already, you may as well subscribe, because it is so easy to do, and clicking like is also good, and notification bell is good because it helps you to know that a new channel has been produced. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye. So we'll